Hey everyone, have you ever walked past a bakery and been captivated by the stunning tarts in the display window? Today I'm going to show you how to create that same mouth-watering look right in your own kitchen. By the end of this video, you'll be able to make a delicious pastry from scratch, whip up a creamy matcha custard, and assemble a show-stopping tart that will impress everyone. Let's get started. I'm using these 4-inch tartines with a removable bottom, which makes unmolding the tart so much easier. They are perfect for creating individual tarts that look as good as they taste, ideal for serving and presentation. I'm also using a cutter that's slightly larger than the 4-inch tartine. It's perfect for cutting the pastry dough to just the right size, making it easy to line the tins neatly, and I'll show you how to do that later in this video. Start by mixing the flour, icing sugar, and salt in a mixing bowl. Then add chilled butter and use your fingertips to rub it into the flour mixture until it resembles a sand-like texture. This step is key for that tender, crumbly short crust pastry. Add vanilla extract to the egg and give it a quick mix. Then pour the egg mixture into the dry ingredients and gently combine everything using a silicone spatula. This helps avoid overmixing, keeping the pastry tender and delicate. When it's done, your dough should look something like this, slightly sticky, cohesive, and just holding together. That's the perfect texture for a tender short crust pastry. Next, place the dough onto a sheet of cling film and wrap it up tightly. Flatten it a little bit to make rolling it out later easier. Then chill the pastry for about 30 to 60 minutes until it's firm. We are going to work with half of the chilled dough first. Wrap the remaining dough tightly and pop it back into the fridge to keep it chilled. Then sandwich the half you are using between 2 sheets of parchment paper and roll it out to about 4 mm thickness. If you find your dough starting to get soft, feel free to pop it back into the fridge to chill at any point. Chilled pastry is much easier to work with and makes the molding process a lot smoother. When the dough is chilled enough, use a cutter that is slightly larger than the tartine to cut out the pastry. This recipe makes enough for 6 tarts. After cutting out the pastry for the tarts, peel away the excess dough. Place one portion in the center of the tartine and gently press it down with your thumb. Also, press towards the edges as well, ensuring it's evenly lined. If there's any excess pastry, trim it off using an offset spatula or a knife to give the tarts a neat, clean finish. Then chill them in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to firm up the fat. As the chilling time nears its end, preheat the oven to 160 degrees Celsius. Once chilled, prick the surface of the pastry with a fork. By doing this, it allows trapped steam to escape during baking, preventing the pastry from bubbling up and creating an uneven crust. Line the pastry tarts with parchment paper and weight them down with baking bins. Then blind bake them until they are slightly golden brown. It takes around 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, take the tarts out of the oven and carefully lift up the parchment paper to remove the baking beans. Be careful, they are hot. Return the tarts to the oven and bake for another 5 minutes or until they turn a lovely golden brown. Here is the pro tip. To avoid a soggy bottom once the tarts are filled, the final step is to brush a very thin layer of egg whites over the pastry. This acts as a protective barrier, preventing the filling from soaking into the crust. To ensure the egg white is safe to eat, return the tarts to the oven for another minute. This helps set the layer and adds an extra touch of crispiness. Let the tart shells cool completely in the tins before removing. If the shells are warm, they are more fragile, which increases the risk of them breaking when you unmold them. While the tart shells are cooling, let's move on to making the matcha pastry cream. It has an earthy flavor and a smooth, velvety texture that pairs perfectly with the crispy tarts. Get a saucepan and turn on the heat to medium-low. Add the milk, double cream, and butter. Gently cook the mixture until you see bubbles forming on the sides, then remove the saucepan from the heat. Now get a large mixing bowl and add the egg yolks and sugar. Whisk them vigorously until well combined. Sieve in matcha powder to help break up any clumps. Once that's done, add the corn flour and whisk until everything is well combined. Then, slowly add in the milk mixture. It should have cooled down a little bit by now. If not, wait until it cools slightly, as adding it too hot could scramble the eggs, and that's the last thing we want. Next, pour the mixture back into the saucepan and cook it over medium-low heat. Here is the pro tip. Stay focused and don't walk away. Whisking continuously ensures your cream cooks evenly and won't burn or curdle. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Whisk until it thickens to a custard-like consistency. It should fall off the whisk in ribbons without fully dripping. You will know it's ready when the texture is stiff, thick, and smooth, just like this. Transfer the matcha pastry cream to a bowl and cover it with cling film, placing it directly onto the surface of the cream to prevent the skin from forming. Refrigerate it for about 2 hours until it's completely chilled. Now everything is ready, let's put it all together. As you can see, the matcha pastry cream is completely chilled. Now what we need to do is to beat it on medium-low speed until smooth before using it. Then we can transfer it into a piping bag for easier decorating. This ensures each tart is filled uniformly, preventing uneven layers. After beating it, your matcha pastry cream should have a silky smooth, velvety texture, just like this. Next, carefully unmold the tart shells. Once they are completely cool, they should release easily from the tins. Look at these beautifully baked pastry tart shells, crispy, golden, and smelling incredible. Can't wait to fill them up. Before we start assembling the tarts, let's prepare the glaze to give the strawberry a shiny and vibrant finish. Microwave the jam for a few seconds, then mix it with about a teaspoon of water. You can strain the jam if you want a smoother texture. If the glaze thickens by the time you need it, simply microwave it for a few seconds to liquefy it. Now we are ready to go. To add an extra strawberry boost, I have prepared some strawberry jam to fill the tarts, but it is totally optional. Then pipe a layer of our luxurious and velvety matcha pastry cream on top to fill the bottom of the tart. Use an offset spatula to smooth out the surface, creating a clean base for the final flourish on top. To create that exquisite ruffled border, I'm using a straight paddle tip with the wide side facing down. Place the piping bag at an angle and gently squeeze as you pipe from left to right in a zigzag pattern. It is easier than you might think, right? When you are finished, simply stop squeezing the bag and gently pull it away from the tart to complete the border. Repeat the same process to create another ruffled border. Don't worry if your piping isn't perfect. What matters is that you are having fun and making it your own. Even the most imperfect piping can look beautiful once it's all put together. For an irresistible and mouth-watering look, slice a strawberry and arrange the slices to your liking. For the final beautiful finish, brush a thin layer of apricot jam glaze onto the strawberry slices to create that glossy, juicy look. And that's it! These Matcha Strawberry Tarts are your ticket to making stunning bakery-style tarts right at home. If you make them, I'm sure your friends and family will be truly impressed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to click the link in the description box for the full recipe. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. If you are passionate about baking and don't want to miss any of my recipes, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. And if you are a fan of pastry, you won't want to miss this next recipe. Click on the video to check it out now. See you there. Bye!